Morning
Patience.
meeting went a little longer than expected. How we doing?
Good. How are you?
Cool, cool, cool. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. All righty, let's go ahead and dive in. So, I mean, it's a small group, so I mean, if anyone has any questions, let's just open it up. So, who can I help out?
So I was wondering if you could help me dial in my pricing for Rosedale. I finally went semi-live with it. I haven't gotten my professional photos yet, but like I didn't want to be offline any longer. So like
Mhm.
I tried pricing myself and I already got a booking, like they're checking in today. But I'm like a little confused with the discounting.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's definitely look over that. Go ahead and share your screen, and then you can kind of dive in from there. All righty. Okay, what part is getting to you? Let me
Okay, so the
see.
first thing I want to ask is so I have electric and water. I just put 300 because that's what we put for like my other units, but is this like a fair estimate for electric and water?
Um, Let's do this. I'm actually gonna get you on another calculator because, um, okay, it's fine for your other units that you're using this calculator for, it's fine.
Yeah.
But I know it's been confusing some people. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna show you, I'm gonna share my screen and like do it along with you on another calculator. And
Should
then
let me do it.
I'll share that calculator to you. All righty, let me see.
But the pricing that I have for Guthrie A and B, like since we did that on the old calculator, that's fine, right? With the 15.5%.
Yes, yes, that one still works, but what we're noticing is it happened again. We're noticing a lot of people getting confused with that calculator,
Okay.
with that 15.5 because they're forgetting that, like they'll think like, oh, I wasn't profitable because they're looking at the new expenses rather than looking at the old expenses and they're actually profitable.
Okay.
So that was a mistake people were facing. So I'm like, all right, I'm just going to shift it back to this. The only difference is when we're testing pricing and we're subtracting the taxes and the cleaning fee, we just also got to subtract that 15.5% as well. Okay.
Got it. Okay.
Alrighty. So let's go ahead and do this together. So what's your rent?
1375.
1375. And then you asked about electricity. So when it comes to electricity, what I include in electricity is like not just electrical, but I also include utilities. So
Okay.
what I do is I'll do 1375 plus, oh wait, no, times 25%. So you had it at 300. I'm going to put it at like 344. That's what 25% of that is. Again, that's probably an overestimation, and that's fine. Once you start operating for several more months, you can kind of grab everything and pull the average of it, which
Okay.
will be a lot lower. But in the meantime, I rather overestimate than underestimate.
Okay. Um,
Cool.
internet is 50.
Okay.
And then I don't have insurance, but last time you had me replace that with cleaning.
Yeah, in this case, you won't have to replace it with cleaning. So we can leave that at zero. Hospitable, I believe, is 30, right?
No, it's 59 now since this is my third unit.
It's 59. Okay, so let's do 59 divided by 3.
Oh, it's okay. I get what you're saying.
So it's actually like $20
Gotcha.
per unit. And then what's Price Labs?
35.
35 per unit or 35 total?
35. I think it's 35 total.
Okay, yeah, that's right. So about 12 per unit. Okay, and then remote lock stays the same at 6. Storage, you don't have a storage, right?
No,
Google,
$10.
nothing, $10. And then miscellaneous, I always do 35. And then ring, I also do $10. Okay, cool. So we're all set here. So now you have your break even minimum. This is your exact break even minimum,
Okay.
with your obviously the total for 30 nights. Now, target profit, this is a two bedroom.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna do 1600.
See, that's where I messed up too. I put it as 1,000. Okay.
No worries. And then what was the 14-day and 7-day ADR you calculated?
Well, I did that wrong, so let me redo it. So how do we calculate 14-day and 15 days? So we take two separate 14-day periods, right?
Yeah, well, actually, before we do that, what I want you to do on your end, if you have price tabs up on your end right now, let me know once you're on there.
Yeah, I'm on Price Labs.
Change your minimum to 62.
Okay.
Change your base rate to 199.
Okay. And maximum
And
5.
and then yeah, you can keep maximum at 500 and then hit save and refresh. And then once it finishes loading, let me know and I'm gonna have you update the weekend price.
Okay. Sorry, it's taking a minute to load. There we go.
No worries.
So I refreshed
Cool.
it, and so you want me to update the weekend price. How do I do that?
So right there where it says on the bar on the left, there's like a customizations or something that's on. Go ahead and
Apply.
hit yeah, there you go. Applied customizations, hit edit. And
Okay.
then for the ones that are currently applied, click on that and then scroll down and you're probably going to see like a weekend price. It says
So
a weekend minimum.
I see weekend adjustments.
Um, Let me stop sharing my screen. Go ahead and share yours and then I'll tell you where it's at. Okay, you're going to go to currently applied and then, oh, we need to turn those off too. That was another thing we missed. A good thing I had you share your screen. So turn them on to turn them off.
Turn that.
So yep, turn that on. And then where it says market driven, change that to no last minute. And then you're going to do the same thing for all of them. Change it to no far out. Scroll down, no occupancy based adjustment. And then, okay, looks like I was actually wrong. Go to all customizations now. And you were right. It's going to be weekend adjustment. I think you had already located it. Yep. And then where it says set minimum weekend price, turn that on and put that as 265. And then hit save changes on the bottom right. All right. Cool, cool, cool. So what we're going ahead and doing right now is um, we had to recalculate your price or your reset. Sorry, we had to reset the guided pricing, such as your minimum and base here on Price Labs, because we were originally going off that 15.5%. So you're probably getting some different numbers that were a lot higher, which is fine if you're using that still, but it's just confusing. So I wanted to start showing you this way. So that's why we
Yeah.
recalculated everything. Now what we turned off were every time you put a new listing up on Price Labs or on Airbnb, when you put it back up on Price Labs, anytime you put a new listing on Price Labs, it default sets those discounts, which affect our pricing. That's why we need to turn them off and then switch them all to basically off.
Okay.
Um, Now that we got everything set, so before we can check your 14-day and 7-day ADR, we need to have your minimum base and your weekend adjustment set. And we need to make sure everything is good to go before we set anything. So I'm looking at your weekday price. Your weekday price is good. So now what we need to do is now we can calculate your 14-day and 7-day ADR because everything is set to a perfect T to guide Price Lab. So what I'm going to have you do to calculate your 14-day ADR is you're going to click and hold on the 8th and drag it to the 21st.
8th to the 21st. Okay.
And then that gives you an ADR of 207. Can you tell me what it is?
How much is
207.49.
that? 0.7.
Oh, 0.79. 207.79. Perfect. And for anyone that's wondering where that ADR is, it's right here, bottom. Uh, all right. Now you can go ahead and hit the X there, and then let's calculate your 7-day ADR. So the way we're going to calculate that is that we're going to get the average of the 2 weeks. So you're going to highlight from the 8th to the 12th.
But
I'm going to
why
put that on.
days?
What happened?
Why 5 days instead of 7?
Because we're technically trying to calculate your weekdays, but we count it as a 7-day ADR because it's still within that 1 week, and then there are 7 days within that week because we're calculating for the whole week. Alrighty, so we're going to do 165.60 plus, and then we'll do the following week, same thing, Sunday to Thursday,
Two.
plus 204.20. So I'm going to add those up and then take the average, dividing them by two, which gives me an average of 184.90. Alrighty, so now I'm going to replace your share. I'm going to share my screen now. And here's what we got. So if you guys are wondering, we're looking at here is your minimum that I had you set. Here was your base rate I had you set. And then here was your weekend price I had you set. Then
Mm,
I inputted your 14-day ADR here. and your 7-day ADR here. Now, what each one is guiding is 7-day ADR is going to guide your discount for monthly, weekly, and 6 night. 7-day ADR is going to guide your discount for 5 night, 4 night, 3 night, 2 night. Okay. Now that those are guided, now we can just input discounts here. And what we're going to be looking at is we want this to reflect the number we want. So what I essentially mean is for a month-long stay, let's do weekly. Weekly is easiest. So for a weekly stay, I want weekly to reflect $115.40. The reason why is because that's our target daily rate to profit $1,600. So I want weekly to reflect that. What I mean by reflect is I want this 207.79 to be at or near 115.40. When I say near, it can be a couple of cents off to $1 off. I don't mind. So let's start with 50. See where that puts us at. Okay, we're really off. Let's put 48. Still off. 46. Getting closer. 45. 44. Perfect. I'll take $1 higher rather than anything. So we got our weekly set. We're at 116.36. That's perfect. Now, for monthly, monthly's going to be a bigger discount. The reason why is because I want to incentivize someone to book a month-long stay because if it's one person staying one full month and I'm pretty profitable or I'm profitable, I'll take that because that's only one person I need to communicate with and they're hardly ever going to communicate with me, which makes it a breeze of a stay. So I'm happy to profit rather than profiting $1,600, I'm happy to profit $1,400 for the month and have someone stay there a full month. So what I'm going to do to kind of calculate the nightly rate that I need this to reflect for a profitability of 1,400 is I'm going to take your total expenses here, 1,862
Hmm.
plus 1,400. The reason I'm getting 1,400 is because this is a two-bedroom. If it was a one-bedroom, it would be 700. So technically this is 700 per door. That's where the 1,400 comes from. So that comes out to 3,262 divided by 30, which comes out to, if we round up, it comes out to 109. So I'm going to try 48, go a little higher, 49. Oh, wait, actually a little lower, 47.
Okay, so for the weekly, you want it like at your target daily rate so that you're profiting 800 per door, but monthly it's okay because we want a longer stay, like a single person, and then we're still profiting, but like 700 per door instead of 800. Gotcha. Okay.
Correct. This is correct. Alrighty. Now, this is where things get easier because 6 through 4 night, we just want them to gradually get more expensive. So I only wanted to gradually get more expensive by $2 to $3. So what I essentially mean by that is for 6 night, I want this $2 to $3 more than 116. So I want this at 118, 119. So we'll try 42. Let me see, 43. There we go. All right. 5 night, same thing. Let's try 40. Too low, 38. Too low, 35. I'll take that. 118, 19, 120. Perfect. Same flow, 32. Too much, 33. Perfect. It's about $3, $4 more. That's fine. Now, for 3 and 2 night, these are where things are going to be a little bit different again. So for 3 night, I want this to be 30% more than my target daily rate because if someone's staying 3 or 2 nights, I want them to pay a premium. I don't want them to stay for, $2 or $3 more expensive. I want them to pay a high premium so I avoid those 3 or 2 night stays. And if someone does book it, I don't really care because I just made a, top dollar, so I'm happy with it. So let's go ahead and do it. So it's going to be 115.40 plus 30% comes out to 150. So maybe we try 15%, a little lower, 14%, or sorry, a little higher, 18%. Let's try that. 19. Round up, that comes out to 150. We'll take it. Alrighty. Now for 2 nights, we want this to be 50% more than my target daily rate. So I'm going to do 115.40 plus 50%. That comes out to 173. So I'm going to put this at like 10. Still too much. 5. A little too much. Let's do 7, 6. There we go. Perfect. So now we got our discount set. Now for slow season discounts, don't worry about those. We don't have to do those anymore. But now with these discounts, you already know where these go. These will now go on Airbnb. Okay.
Do you mind
So
reading
let
them
me share
off?
this to you. I will definitely read them off to you. Let me know once you're ready.
Thank you so much. Let me pull that up real quick.
Go
Alrighty.
ahead and share your screen and I'll read them off to you. That way people can see where you're inputting them. And what I'm going to do is I'm also going to send this to you. So give me 1 second.
Let me make sure I have my cleaning prices. So yeah, I have my cleaning and then I don't worry about base price or custom weekend, right?
Give me 1 second. Let me go look at your screen. Okay, let's see. Um, so what I would do is remove base price, or sorry, remove weekend price, and then for base price per night, raise that to $300. You don't have to worry about this. The reason why we're raising this is because if Price Labs ever unsyncs off your calendar, all pricing will go back to 83. The only problem is your discounts won't be removed. Your discounts will be applied. So you'll have fat discounts on $83 per night. So people are going to be booking them like crazy. So that's why we raised it to 300. That way there's no issues there.
Gotcha. Okay, that
All
makes
right. For weekly, your discount is going to be 44%. Oh, you might have to update monthly first, actually. Yeah, let's update monthly first. So for monthly, it's 47. For weekly, it's 44. And then go ahead and remove those, and then I'll tell you what they are. For 2 night, oh, you want to start with 6? Oh,
okay.
2? Okay. 2 night will be 6%. 3 night will be 19%. 4 night will be 33%. 5 night will be 35%. And 6 night will be 43%.
6 night would be, what was that?
43.
43. Awesome. And then I have
Perfect.
everything else that's supposed to be turned off, right? Like no early bird, no last minute.
Yep, you're correct there. Yeah, we don't want anything on there. You put your cleaning fee in?
Yes, I
Great.
did. Let me just double check. Yep, cleaning fee. And then I don't allow pets or anything, so I don't have anything over there.
Perfect. And then what was that thing that you had right there? Promotions, top rated guest. Yeah, don't have that on. That's good.
Yeah.
Perfect. Alrighty. Yeah, you're all good to go here.
And then integration wise, so I have Price Labs already integrated, and then I have Remote Lock, and then I have Turno and Hospitable. Am I missing anything else?
Um, no, remote lock, Turno, hospitable, Price Labs, that's it.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Thanks, Andrew.
Of course, great work. Um, do you have anything else for me?
No, that was mainly it. If anything comes up, I'll just shoot you a ping.
Sounds good. Of
Awesome. Thank you.
course. Alrighty, Daniel, you got anything for us? I know you're waiting.
I don't know. I was just doing some pricing shit myself just now.
I
Um,
know you're crushing it, bro.
I just yeah, you know what? Honestly, I've been cutting corners though. As far as like spreadsheets and shit, because I'm kind of just already they're in my head the numbers where I need to be. So just now while you're doing that, I was like, oh shit, the two new places we're gonna be launching this weekend. I had to go fix a couple things there. Uh, Otherwise, no, yeah, I'm about to grab a few studios or one bedrooms in St. Louis, but
Nice.
yeah, I'm having a they're so cheap and just having a hard time if I want to like just lock down, make sure they're studios or lock down one bedrooms because I don't actually have any of all I have is twos and threes in St. Louis. So I guess I could get both, but I would just they're the same freaking price. It's like, so what's the difference? I mean, adding an extra piece of furniture for or Like,
If they're the same price, personally, I would go over after a one bedroom. If the studios and one bedrooms are the same price, because yes, they're going to perform the exact same, but you just got a little bit of room extra that people kind of like that you can put a couch in or whatever.
yeah.
Whereas if the studios were like drastically cheaper, then I would say no brainer, go with the studio because like they're going to perform the same. So you just get a cheaper place.
That's what I was thinking. And then I have places they're only like $50 or $60 difference. So I was like, that's where I'm kind of on the fence with certain things on there. And I'm like, okay, should I do the studio or that? But then I'm finding so many places for cheap. And they just shut off like all the regulation for now. There's like a court order. So they can't even do any permitting or anything like that for mad long. So I was like, okay, I just go right in then.
Yeah,
Um,
perfect.
and all right, I sent you guys that screenshot of our monthly earning. Somebody canceled there, somebody checked in the other night at like 11 o'clock or 1 o'clock in the morning, and then at 2 o'clock they left and tried to say that the place was shitty and they wanted out. And they had booked for like 9 days, and we're like, what the fuck? Like we have videos for our cleaners upon the when they get there and when they leave. So they're like, there's nothing wrong. So Airbnb sided with us and they canceled
Nice.
anyway, and we ended up making $190 a night that way. You
Oh,
know,
shoot.
yeah. So
Nice, bro.
and then as soon as we rebooked, we put it out there, it got booked again for more. So now we crossed over that 16K revenue for the month on February.
There
And
we go, bro.
yeah,
Congrats.
it ended up working out nice like that. She's doing a 2 bedroom this weekend's getting launched in Arizona. And
Nice.
then I'm doing another 2 bedroom house in St. Louis getting launched this weekend. I don't really have any
So
questions.
how many units are you guys at right now?
Five, and that'll take us to seven.
And that'll put you guys at seven. Dude, good work. All right. Cool, cool. Keep it up, bro.
And then I'm gonna grab at least three 1 bedrooms or combination 1 bedroom studios, probably 1 bedrooms now after talking to you about it too. Because I was on the fence about that. I was looking for price because I just seen like super cheap. And then I was like, okay, and then I'm seeing super cheap fucking 1 bedrooms also. And I'm like square footage. Like I'm like, okay, like maybe I wasn't sure. Like if I can get as little possible overhead as possible, that's what I'm thinking about. Because over there, it's like I know I'm gonna just kill it then. But I'm gonna go with the 1 bedrooms then, I guess, and then I'm gonna do those calls this week. What's today? Wednesday? Maybe today. I'll go hit them up. Yeah,
Nice, bro. Keep it
I
up,
want
bro.
to. Otherwise, no questions. Just progress.
Cool. Well, keep crushing it. Let me know if there's anything else needed. I'll be happy to help you out.
All right, awesome.
All right. Awesome. Alrighty, Sandra, how's everything doing? I know you've been also sitting in here.
I Hi first. And I haven't get anything yet. I'm still
Okay,
waiting for something to pop right here in Charlotte.
nice.
But I was talking yesterday with Noah. We decided with my husband, to put the house that we own in Airbnb. But I wanted to try more like the furnished finders, and I wanted to see how that works. I find it calm in in the same neighborhood, and they are renting for like over $4,000 a month. And when it's a daily rent, it's like 260. I don't know if he sent you that information already.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He actually informed me about it he had informed me about it the other day, and then this morning he actually brought it up in our team meeting. So yeah, that's something that we're going to be looking and running the numbers for you today through, if we can finish it today, perfect. If not, we'll be running it through today through Friday. And have it back to you by Friday. But yeah, no, that's very exciting. Kind of similar to Daniel. Daniel had some investment properties that he threw up on Airbnb, and he's crushing it. But in terms of what you want to do, yes, you absolutely could put him on Furnish Finder. Furnish Finder is going to cater more to travel nurses, a lot more to travel nurses, and pretty much only travel nurses. So you will be getting some longer stays, like month-long stays, 3 month-long stays. But because of that, how many bedrooms is it?
The house is 3 bedrooms, three full
Okay,
bathrooms, and it's like a ranch style,
nice.
but with the bonus on top. And we had like a big room in the second floor, like with a pool table and
Oh, beautiful.
and it's in the golf course community. So I
What
think it has a lot of plazas.
I was
Uh,
just gonna say, it has a ton of pluses. Sorry to
mm,
interrupt you. I'm just now thinking, since you're mentioning golf course and you're mentioning pool tables and all this, I think this would cater more to like a vacation professional rather than a travel professional. Not saying you won't get travel professionals, but you would just do a lot better profitability wise putting something like this on like Airbnb, VRBO, or Booking.com on those three platforms. You're just gonna have a lot more foot traffic come through, especially in your high seasons. You'll have a lot more vacationers that are booking your place because of your amenities.
well, if I want to limit, I don't want to do like 1 day or 2 days to stay. I want to do minimum of a week. Can I do that for Airbnb? Because I was
You
trying
could,
to work on that. That's what I'm getting a little bit stuck because yesterday, for the first time, I download all those platforms and start
mhm.
putting everything together. So I'm just starting. Just it's the
Yes. So
beginning.
you could put minimum stays. I would not put it for a week though, unless a week is like a restriction. Like if you have an HO, do you have HOA by the way?
We don't have an HOA, but I find that the other home that is renting in the same community, they rent for 2 days, 3 days, whole
Okay.
week. So I was
And HOA has no issues?
apparently doesn't. I know that they allow some rentals up to a specific amount. I think it's up to 5% on the community. Eh, but it's not a lot of rentals there anyway. It's only one more home that is an Airbnb and like 3 or 4 homes for rent right now. So we're working in that right now. I rather have it rented for longer stays myself, uh, just because where it is located. It is a little bit out of on the outside the city. It's a nice location, but it's close to the hospitals and everything else and the colleges. But I don't know. I'm just trying to test the market.
Absolutely. So let's do this. It's located in Charlotte.
It's south of Charlotte. The city is Monroe,
Okay.
but from Charlotte is probably 40 minutes south.
Perfect. Okay, so let's do this. What I'll do is I'll run the numbers first and then I'll get back to you because then depending on what the numbers come back, that will guide us on what decision we make. Okay, do we put it on Furnish Finder for longer stays or do we put it on all platforms to cater more towards like vacation travelers that are coming for shorter stays? And in terms of minimum restrictions, should we apply any minimum restrictions of a week or maybe just not a week? Maybe we do like a 3 day minimum restriction type of thing. And then we can kind of work from there. So let me run the numbers first alongside with Noah, and then that will give us good insight. The second I run the numbers, I will be sending you a video of the numbers that I ran. And then in that video, I'll give you my opinion. And at the end of the day, since you own the property and it is your business, I'll give you your options of what you could do. And then you can kind of go from there and we can formulate a game plan.
Okay. And then one more question. When I was looking into the furnish finders, they apparently it's a fee that you have to pay, like it is
It's like
almost two hundred
120.
dollars. Is that
Yeah,
a year or a month?
correct.
A
A
year.
year.
Okay. And also they ask for the coupons. I don't have any coupons.
I
So,
wish I had coupons as well. I don't have coupons either to
mhm.
make it cheaper. But yeah, you just pay for it for a year. It's not bad for one unit, but for our clientele that have like more than one unit, I do encourage them not to put all of their properties on Furnish Finder and pay like over $1,000 to get them listed. I just recommend they put like a few. But for you, if you just have one or anyone else listening to this that just has one or maybe even two, yeah, by all means, I would definitely put it on Furnish Finder. It definitely helps with marketing.
Oh, so it is 200 per unit. Oh, I
It's
thought it was just for me to have the account.
no, it's per unit. Yeah, that's where they get you.
Okay, 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 okay. Yeah, if you can, I give Noah yesterday the information of the property, and I already have pictures and Airbnb, but of course it's not live yet and still working on pricing and everything else. So if you
Perfect.
can take a look and
Okay. If I need
I would
anything
love
from you, I'll message you. If anything's missing, like I'll message you and be like, "Hey, Sandra, like, can you send me this? That way I can finish running the numbers for you."
okay, perfect. Thank you. What is that city where you are?
I'm in Miami.
Oh,
Yeah.
very cold there, right?
We did get a little cold from the East Coast, but not as bad as what everyone got down there. So
Yes.
I can't complain on here. Otherwise, everyone's gonna get mad at you,
Okay.
me including you, probably.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Of course, it's nice meeting you and seeing you.
Thank
All righty, guys. Does anyone else have any questions? Dylan, Elvin?
Yeah, I was hoping um, we could look at my price labs. I have kind of like Tabinda. I don't have some things filled out that I feel like I should.
Just do it. See what's going on.
Can you see it?
Yes, I can.
So I got all these that I just never filled out.
So you're
Uh,
not using any discounts right now?
this is what it looks like. So
I
I
could have
have,
sworn we said discounts.
I mean,
Yeah, you have them right there, weekly, monthly. Go to more discounts,
uh,
right under monthly. Yeah, we did this.
so we're good.
Yeah, we did this together. I don't know
Okay.
why they're not showing up. Let me see if maybe I have it on mine because you should have a copy of your sheet.
So
Did
I'm
you
good on
mistake?
Airbnb, but this is just not filled out.
Yeah, you didn't fill it out. And I have your discounts right here. Dylan Price Subs Calculator. Monthly, can you, I'm just going to read these off. Let me know if it's right. Um, if you can go back to Airbnb, please. Um,
Where
I
will I see it?
got two night, 2 night 5%,
Yeah.
3 night 13%,
Mm-hmm.
4 night 26,
Mm-hmm.
5 night 28,
Okay.
6 night 36,
Yeah.
and then weekly monthly is 39 and 41.
Cool. All right, so I'm all
Yeah,
good
so
on Airbnb there. I just
you're
will transfer them over here.
yeah, well, don't transfer them over there. Use your old calculator. I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay. And then these two numbers, do they matter? Should I up this to 300?
No, I only had her do that because she had a 2 bedroom.
Okay, so we're good here.
Yeah, so you're all good. Let me send this to you because you should have this. Save this copy because this is gonna be for you. Uh, Dylan. Where are you at? There you go. Alrighty, here's your calculator.
In Slack.
Yes,
Okay,
in
cool.
Slack, correct.
Got it. Sweet. Thanks.
Yep, so you're all set there, man.
Some of these numbers are a little different though on the left.
Uh,
So,
1373. Oh, you because we're moving that 15.5%. That if you have it on already, that's fine, but you only have one unit.
right.
So did you make a new calculator?
No, no, I think when I did this 15%, this was all, I never filled this out. So uh I can just move this over to this one.
Yeah, if you want. Personally, you're gonna get it's up to you because both calculators work. If you haven't been getting confused with the 15.5, then cool, utilize it. The only reason why I have you using why I have some people using the old is because they were getting confused doing it. So I pivoted them back to the old calculator, which
Okay.
is this one, the old calculator. That way they don't get confused. Because people are mixing up the break evens. Because right here you only have one break even, whereas on the other one you have two, and people are getting very confused on that. So I had to like inform them like, hey, you're not losing money. You're actually very profitable. Like you're just looking at the wrong break even. And like, oh, so they kept happening over and over again. So I'm like, all right, we're switching your calculator. Like you're just
But this
You're
should be
getting
my
very
break
comfortable.
even, right? I mean,
No,
this
that's your new break even. Your real break even is 63.90. That's where people are getting confused.
63.90, six or this.
Yeah, correct. So 60/10, whatever it is. That's your real break even. That
Oh,
new break even price is that because that's your actual expenses. That new break even price is including 15.5%. Technically, if you weren't on Airbnb, that 15.5 wouldn't matter. The only reason we're including 15.5 is because we're on Airbnb.
right.
So that's why you're including it. But that's where people are getting confused because they're like, oh, that's my break even, 73.80. I made $70. Like I'm under my break even. I'm losing money. I'm like, no, you're not. Your break even is 63.90. You're profitable by, like $7, $6. Like you're
Okay.
profitable. So that's where people are getting confused and thinking they're losing money and panicking and blowing up my phone. I'm like, no, you're good. Don't worry. Like you're not losing money. You're actually right on track. Like this is what we're trying to do. And they once they got the hang of it, they're like, oh, okay, perfect. But some people just weren't getting the hang of it, so I switched them back to the original calculator.
I gotcha. Okay. Cool. All right, so we're good there. And then like recently, I've just had a couple weekends in a row where I've had some issues and like I put in an emergency request with maintenance. It was hot water one weekend, and then this most recent weekend I had a pretty severe like leak underneath my bathroom sink, and it's a one bedroom. So um both times, my maintenance guy said like I'll come out on Monday. And it's just been kind of frustrating because my guest wasn't able to use the bathroom sink all weekend. Um, and I don't know what they're doing, brushing their teeth in the kitchen sink or whatever it is, but they ended up like checking out early, leaving at like 4 in the morning, Sunday night before my guy could get in Monday morning. And and at the same time, last week he asked me for a 5-star review for the apartment complex. So I'm just wondering how you would handle that because I'm on pretty good terms with him. I have his direct line now, and he called me right away when I put these requests,
Who is
but
this?
it's Tony, but he's pretty slow and he's never come out on the weekend or anything.
So the problem is this. What I would do, this goes for everyone, so I'm not saying this directly to you, Dylan. This is for anyone listening or anyone in this call right now, is we do not want to depend on the complex maintenance team. They're not our maintenance guys. We're
So
not
I should
paying
have a
them.
handyman. Yeah.
You should 1,000,000% have a handyman because he's not obligated. You can't really get upset with them of like he wasn't there on time because that was the mistake I was making. Like I was trying so hard to like not saying you were doing this, but me personally, what this is what I would do. Like I would use maintenance guys to save money, and I would get so frustrated. Like your maintenance guys aren't coming, and they're like, "Well, you want me to fix this? That's not an emergency. I had someone's pipes just burst. Like I'm gonna go
Right.
fix that." And when you told me that, I'm like, "Valid. Like you're working 150 unit complex, 300 unit complex. Like someone's pipe burst compared to you fixing, my toilet that's not flushing. Fair enough." So like it just makes sense. So you need to have a handyman. Once I got my handyman, like I didn't call maintenance guys for anything. Any little issue, AC, whatever. I would literally call my handyman and go fix it. And I'll tell my handyman this, hey, there are certain things you're allowed to do. There's certain things you're not allowed to do. If you're gonna have to shut off the water or power to an entire building and not just my unit, you cannot do that. So if that's something that you got to do, please let me know. That way I can inform the complex and let me know what the issue is. That way I can pass that on to the complex. So it was kind of more of a check. If all he had to do was like, hey, all I got to do is just switch this piping under the sink. Like I can go get it at Home Depot for like $20. Labor cost is going to be $20 as well. Total cost will be 40, $50. Then I'll be like, hey, knock it out right now. And then he'll go and knock it out, bring it back and fix it. And if all he had to do is just shut off the water for the sink and not the building, cool. He can do it. Now, if it goes to an extreme where it's like a very bad leak and you have to shut the water off to the whole unit and you don't need a handyman to tell you because your guest told you everything, then you did the right thing. Yes, you got to go through the complex maintenance team. However, that is an emergency maintenance fix. So at that point, you do want to express the severity to Tony or whoever your complex maintenance guy is and just be like, hey, man, like, here's what's going on. Like, I just had a really bad leak underneath my sink. It's leaking really bad and potentially causing damage to the boards. Like, could you get there like ASAP to fix this or have someone there right away to fix this? Because um, I had someone check it and it looks like in order to get this going, like they're going to have to shut off the water for the entire building. I would have happily fixed it. However, I'm not shutting off the water to the entire building and getting other, guests upset at you guys or at me. That's not my responsibility. So like, have someone here right away because it could potentially cause damage. Now you're selling him like, ah, shit, okay, fair point. Let me get there. Now he's going.
Right.
So that's exactly what you want to do. So it's kind of evaluating those two issues. And once you get a handyman, he'll start, and he does it a first few times, he'll start knowing like, okay, if it's something I can fix, I'll fix it. If it's something that's going to be a lot more extreme or more expensive, cool, I'll let you know. You can pass it off to the maintenance guys at the complex.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
do
that
you, sorry to interrupt you, I know I've been going off, but do you think this issue that you experienced could have been solved by a handyman, or it had no choice but to go to the complex maintenance team?
this weekend handyman. It was like a piece on the piping underneath the sink that just needed to be replaced. So that was handyman for sure. But 2 weekends ago it was hot water, and it's a shared boiler, so there's nothing a handyman could do.
Correct. You're right there. Yep.
Uh,
Issues like that is the ones you want to express to maintenance team.
so okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put some feelers out to get a handyman because my handyman is my cleaner's husband who's deployed for 6 months right now, and
Oh
so
shit.
he's not around. So I got to find a new handyman, and I
You
put a
can
bid.
share handyman too in Arizona. So you can put a bid on Turno, you can use TaskRabbit. Also reach out to the community. Throw it on, hey, anyone in the Arizona market have any in the Mesa, Arizona, Gilbert, Arizona area have any good handymans that I can potentially utilize. Sharing of handyman is perfectly fine. Sharing of cleaners we want to avoid. So yeah, you can do that as well. Like, there's not, it's not like we're all going to have problems going on at the same time. Like, you're going to have
Right,
handyman turning around. Like, I hope
for
no one
sure.
has any issues. It's a rare use, but yeah, that's why you can share the handyman. So throw a post up there.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. It'd be nice to have someone on call. I can, like, it was a Sunday morning, it was hard to get anyone out there, but it was ultimately no big deal. And I'm working on getting a backup cleaner too, because I've been having a lot of last minute booking requests that my cleaner isn't able to fulfill. Her schedule's pretty full now, so I'm working on getting a backup cleaner. And I posted to Turno. It's just I'm getting some insane per project rates for 1 bedroom. So I was wondering how you kind of negotiate that. Like it shouldn't be $175 for a 1 bedroom apartment clean.
Dude, yeah, that's wild. So what I would do is I would communicate the size. I'd be like, hey, this is a small one bedroom. I'm seeing your prices this much. Like that's a lot. Like this is a 600 square foot one bedroom unit in an apartment complex, like very small. What's the best rate you can give me? And
Okay,
then
so
just
you
kind of
can
go from there.
negotiate through the chat on Turno. It's no big deal. They won't flag you.
No, absolutely, you totally can, and I definitely would. And what I would do is, if you're telling me this is clear stress indicators, bro, like I would not like put this on the back burner. I'd make this your top priority in your business is finding a cleaner and finding a handyman. Those is
Yeah.
like right now you're planning on scaling, you're about to get another unit. So obviously right now you can continue doing pricing and stuff, but as you're doing pricing, once you're finished with that, like, dude, top priority should be finding a cleaner, finding a handyman because what I'm more concerned about, just from my experience, is that your cleaner just walks up and leaves. Because if she has to start shedding units, who do you think she's going to shed? She's going to shed her single owners rather than her owners that are giving her 4 units at one time.
Yeah. I mean, she told me she just
So,
picked up a bunch more in Phoenix, and um
and then location as well, too.
but
So,
also I like I hear that, and I have concerns around that, but we're on good terms. I mean, she called me last week with like potential arbitrage units that are available in Phoenix. Said, "Hey, I know you want to scale. There's this building that I clean at that is looking for people like you." So,
there you
uh,
go.
that was a huge win. I'm kind of working on that now. I called them on Monday, and their leasing manager's out on vacation for like 3 weeks, which I don't know how you can take a 3 week vacation as a leasing manager, but it's the
I mean,
conversation
your
went
manager
really
was gone for a
well.
month. So,
Um, but I'm like this close. They were supposed to call me back yesterday about confirming on corporate leases, and I didn't hear back. So I feel like I should follow up with them today.
yeah, just follow the script word for word because some people get confused with corporate leasing, especially individual owners have a little bit more of an idea than complex managers. Because complex managers, when you tell them corporate lease, it can mean anything. It can mean, you can have a hair salon, an eyelash tech studio there, nail
Right.
tech, whatever it is. So I would just clarify, hey, we cater to travel professionals. Here are the clientele that we cater to. Here are the marketing channels we utilize. We utilize direct outreach. We have a referral program. We have a network program. We utilize free marketing channels such as Airbnb, VRBO, Booking, like list everything. And that way they're like, oh, okay, this dude uses like everything. Okay, cool. Because we don't want them to be like, oh yeah, corporate lease, we can do it. And then later you find out that the guy operating an Airbnb there was doing it illegally, and they find out you have an Airbnb, and they're like, oh no, you can't do that. Like we don't allow Airbnb. That's a common
Right.
issue we face a lot within our. I mean, we're always calling complexes for our clientele, so that's like a big thing that we notice. I'm not trying to discourage you. I just want to make sure you're protected when you're going into this deal. So make sure you outline all those details. As long as everything checks out, pricing checks out, boom, green light. No reason not to take one.
Cool. And I did hear back from one that's in Tempe. So I wanted to ask you, because I remember last time we talked about Tempe, they might be tightening up regulations. Is that still true?
Yes, so Tempe, like people like are in there like grandfathered in, but Tempe's like very tight right now with non-owner occupied residencies. So meaning
Okay.
arbitrage. If you own
Okay.
the property, no stress, no worry. But um, if you don't own the property, they're pretty tight on it, and I don't want you to take that risk because it's like
Right.
we won't have details on it until we sign the lease.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like. Yeah, we don't
Not
want to
worth
sign
it.
a lease and lock it in. Yeah, it's not worth it when there's plenty of other good markets. When you can be like right next door in Mesa or Gilbert,
Hmm.
and you're same distance and you're safer.
Cool.
Cool,
I
man.
think that's it. Otherwise, if you have any updates on the application, I'm curious how that's going.
Yeah, about that. So I think they're gonna want you to apply. Let me message you about it. I gotta look back on my email. But I believe they're gonna want you to apply. Where are you at? I think there are some issues with your units. Um, if I'm thinking of the right complex. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So right now, what ended up happening was they, for some reason, they had availability for one bedrooms, and that's what we were lining up. And then everything switched to now only having availabilities to two bedrooms, is what they updated us with yesterday. So now our backend team is just inquiring to see, well, one, what happened to the one bedrooms, and then two, like obviously we don't mind a two bedroom, but what's the price of a two bedroom? Is it going to work? Is it going to be too expensive? So we're going to find out that. If they have one bedroom coming up in like March, obviously we'll line that up for you. It's going to be no problem for us. We're already about to be in March. So we'll line that up for you. If not, we'll take the two bedroom if everything meets the rental criteria, and then we'll go from there. So we're just trying to finalize those details before we, pass anything over to you. So once I find out rent price and availability, I'll then update you and then we can kind of proceed from there.
Okay. Sounds good.
Cool, 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 man. Alrighty. Anything else I can answer for you?
No, I think that's it.
Alrighty, awesome. Cool, cool, cool. Well, Alvin, do you have anything before we call it a day?
Yeah, it's just really quick. It looks like I just got actually a notification recently. It looks like my VRBO like randomly disconnected. So just
Hmm.
wanted to see how to connect that back really quick. And then other than that, things seem to be heating back up a little bit in Birmingham area. So looking forward to see what happens in this next month.
Nice, man. I'm glad to hear. I think a lot of things are going to start slowly picking up in those East Coast markets and like Birmingham and everything like that. I think they're going to slowly start picking up in the months of like March, April, May, June. Everything should start heating up. So I'm glad to hear there everything is going well. In regards to connectivity, it disconnected, VRBO disconnected from Hospitable.
I believe so, yes.
Okay, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to reconnect it via Hospitable. So on
Okay.
Hospitable, you'll
Um,
go to there and what happened?
I'm listening. I said, okay.
Okay, sorry. You'll go to Hospitable, you go to connected accounts, and then you're going to see the options there for connect with Airbnb or connect with VRBO. And then you're going to click the one that says connect with VRBO or resync. If you click on it, it'll say resync. And then from there, it'll start the process.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Awesome, awesome, man. Cool, cool, cool. We'll be posted, all right?
Alrighty.
Awesome, guys. Well, if anything else comes up, just message myself, Casey, or Noah on Slack. We'll be happy to help you guys. Other than that, though, we do have our next group call Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. All right, you
Great.
guys, have a
Thanks
good one.
again. You too. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.